Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel about spirituality. My name is Maria. Please subscribe below so we can be buddies. Welcome to the July energy update. Thank you all so much for all of your comments on my energy update videos. I'm enjoying them. I'm going to continue doing them. So today we're talking about July. After a really good, really solid June where we were grounded, where we felt abundance, where we got to connect with nature, we're moving into July. July is a very dynamic month. What you're going to sense is there are a lot of different energies vying for our attention in the month of July. So it's a very energetically full month. There is a lot that's going on. June was a lot more stable. June was a lot more pleasant. Not that July is not going to be unpleasant, but you're going to learn to ride the waves. So there are three energies back to back to back. So we are starting in our earth energies. The beginning of July is going to be the earth energies. Then we're moving a little bit into fire and then into water. And that is July essentially. So it's a little bit of everything in the kitchen sink. The energies of the earth in July are very different from the energies of June. June, it felt really good. It felt really good to be in the earth energies. It felt like they were nurturing almost. They were feeding us. They were, it was an energy exchange. It was like this blissful kind of like, I don't know, Garden of Eden, like let's all, hold hands and sing Kumbaya type of situation. July feels very different. This is the earth energy that's very Capricorn. This is like the climbing up the hill type of situation. And the problem is for some of you, July is going to feel like a grind. There's some hard work coming for enough of you, despite the fact that it's smack in the middle of summer, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. You'd think that people are going to be out and about, but this is not the energy of this July. I feel a lot of people really focusing on their goals, really getting the work in, frankly. Now, July is not going to feel like the pinnacle yet. That is August energies. Right around 8/8, right around Lionsgate is when we're going to start seeing our essentially our blood, sweat, and tears pay off, but not yet. July doesn't feel like the payoff energies just yet. It feels like we're a little bit in the grind. We are a little bit in the maze. We're in the middle of the rat race in some instances. So it's going to be busy with work. It's going to be busy with projects, but also it's going to feel like busy, but not necessarily like you're going somewhere. I will tell you this. The amount of progress you're going to make in July is mind-boggling. You may not be able to recognize it in the moment. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's not happening. Some of you may feel like with all this hard work, you're getting out of breath a little bit. I will tell you, it's okay to take breaks. In the month of July, allow yourself a long weekend. Allow yourself to enjoy the sunshine. Allow yourself that little slice of summer, despite the fact that the energies are not necessarily conducive to resting. August is a lot better for resting, actually, than July. So get your work in and also understand that. Because the Capricorn energies are really, really strong in the month of July, that hard work is really going to pay off. So what you put in terms of the blood, sweat, and tears is going to come back to you tenfold. So don't make yourself wrong for having to do the work, or don't make the work wrong for showing up for you in the month of July. Welcome it, because that is what's going to help you flourish and get into that next, frontier of your life. July is amazing in terms of the 7/7 portal. The 7th of July is such a beautiful portal. There are 3 portals, actually. 2, I was going to say 2, but no, there are 3 portals this year that are really, really beautiful, that are extremely charged energetically. 7/7, 9/9, and 11/11 this year in particular. 7/7 is a beautiful portal. I most likely will make a whole separate video about the energies that are coming through during this very opportune time. So it's very interesting because the numerology of this year is a 7. And that means that we're having it 777 on 7th of July, July 7th, and then the numerology of the year is a 7. So it is a very, very, very good period for you to manifest things, to really set the groundwork for creation, to dream big, to wish for big things to happen, to set intentions, and also gather your energy. It's almost like during this portal, something is coming down from your higher self specifically for each individually, for each of you individually. It's almost like your higher self is sending you an energetic gift. And that may be in a form of like a particular skill that you didn't know that you had, or, again, that is actually really individual. So I don't want to make any broad generalizations. But on 7/7, if you're ready to receive, if you imagine yourself as an open portal, it's almost like you're this open chalice, you're the Holy Grail ready to receive, you are going to get really big upgrades specifically from your higher self. So I highly encourage you to slow down during that powerful portal and receive the energies from your higher self. Your higher self is going to be fueling your higher chakras, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown. So all of these higher chakras, imagine receiving like a little gift into all of them during that day, and you're going to thank me later. So that is a portal of 7/7. After which we're getting into really beautiful fire energies, not for a very long time there, but they're very expansive. It's almost like you are beginning to have momentum. And remember, your body is going to start integrating things that you have downloaded on 7/7. A lot of that integration work is happening in the background. So you're not going to be cognizant of it. It doesn't mean it's not happening. So it's a beautiful time to actually start planning. What are you going to do? At the same time, some of you may feel low energy, specifically between July 7th and July 10th, because your body is integrating. When your body is integrating massive downloads from the cosmos, or in this case, from your higher self, your body is busy energetically. So physically, you may be like, I don't have energy for anything. But it's not that you don't have energy for anything. It's that the resource that you do have is going towards integration and not something else that you want to be doing. So cut yourself some slack. July 7th through July 10th. That's a really, really good self-care tactic. And then towards the end of the month, we're getting into the water energies. But these are the really beautiful energies of building a home, really spending quality time with your loved ones, your partner in particular. It's really good for romantic relationships. And it's really good to be with your immediate family. Whether planning a small weekend getaway or small trip, or just being with them, gathering around for dinner, or like playing a board game together. Like there are a lot of these warm Cancer energies of like just being together and forging bonds and like savoring the bond that you do have. Really beautiful time. Really beautiful time for dating too. If you guys are in the dating scene, that towards the end of July there, you could really meet some very, very special people. And maybe they, whether they will or will not be the one, remains to be seen, but you're going to build some beautiful friendships. Actually, it's really good. The end of July is very beautiful for building some lasting friendships. In terms of, remember how I told you that July is going to feel a little bit like climbing the mountain or climbing a hill. It's going to feel like an uphill battle in certain instances. So some of you may feel like you're running out of steam. When you are running out of steam, ground yourself, grow roots from the soles of your feet. It is, the only way that you can feel malnourished is if you're not connecting with your earth element, right? So if you're running out of energy, this particular deficiency is the earth element deficiency. So connect to the heart of our planet, walk barefoot, allow yourself to charge from the earth, right? Don't resist the earth. And also, you may be faced with your old patterns. So some of your old patterns may activate themselves. It's like, ooh, I thought that I was already done with this thing, but it's somehow showing up in my life again in the middle of July for no reason. It is showing up so that you can finally work through some of your patterns. Some of the patterns that you yourself would recognize are not good for you. Some of your habits maybe that you recognize are not good for you. Some of the thoughts that you're thinking that are not good for you. Some of the feelings that you're feeling that are not good for you. So like kind of the whole kit and caboodle. And the climbing up that hill is going to be ever so hard if you choose to hold on to your old patterns. So there are going to be big chunks of opportunity in July for you to do the shedding of the old. It's almost like the snake needs to let go of the old skin. And that is what needs to happen. And the shedding can happen in a meditative state. I have certainly made, a few meditations on our Sacred Universe podcast around how you can do the shedding. Another way to do the shedding is actually to physically declutter your home, right? If for some reason you're like, okay, I've done the meditation, I've done the energy work, it doesn't feel like those old patterns are clearing, start throwing things away, start donating things, start getting rid of things in your house. It will create space for you, and it will open up new horizons almost, right? Because there are things that are holding you back. In the month of July, they're going to come front and center. They're going to be staring you in the face, and it's going to be very hard. It's almost like you need to get rid of that weight, because that weight is weighing you down, and you're going to have to climb that mountain whether you'd like it or not. Wouldn't it be so much easier if you didn't have all the baggage, to do that with? There are going to be flares in the month of July as well, around fiery flares out of nowhere. And that fire energy is very sporadic. It's like here for a couple of days, then it's gone, then it's here again. It's like here and there. Very discombobulating in some ways. So know that in the month of July, you may be out of nowhere, you may have these anger things come up really quickly and then they're gone, or just temper, like your temper is gonna, like your patience is out of the window. You're not going to be the most patient person. And like you may be running out of patience or losing patience with some people in relationships and with yourself. You may find yourself feeling like you're not moving fast enough, that impatience is coming really, really strong. And almost like the lack of empathy, especially at the beginning and towards the middle of the month towards other people. So it may be that, somebody else would do something and you would just flare up and be like, what are you doing? Whereas normally you would just be like, they're human. Like, this is okay. In the month of July, know that there could be those like flare ups. And so if you're feeling yourself, if you're feeling like those anger issues are coming up or you have a short fuse, know that those are the fire energies that are here to cleanse you. And you just need to work with the fire. Some of you may start experiencing a little bit more worry and a little bit more anxiety in the month of July, than you would like to, right? Again, the fire energies, are not terribly balanced. Here, the best remedy that they're showing me actually is releasing the fire. So that fire is going to be raging in this area of your body. So between your heart space and your solar plexus. Imagine that fire is gathering in those two centers, and then bring your hands like that in a meditative state. And then you would want to imagine that the fire from your solar plexus goes into one of your palms, and the fire from your heart space goes into another of your palms, and just release through your hands. This is, if you're starting to lose your cool, lose your temper, or you're starting to get worried or anxious, release the fire through the hands in the month of July. This is going to be a beautiful practice. Overall, you guys, charged month, a lot is going to happen. You're going to get a lot done. This is the good news. And then don't forget about the 7/7 portal, because it's going to blow your mind. Alrighty, my darlings, please let me know in the comments how this resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!